Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see the color of that, but yuck. That is assembly lube that colored it. That is not water, even though it kind of looks like watery oil, milky, but it's not. It's the assembly lube that gives it that color. Just dropping oil right now. Had it running for at least half an hour now. Still haven't burnt all the oil out of the exhaust, so it's still smoking. So you can see that I actually took this off and looked in there. You can actually see it is filled with oil. So I might even pull off the entire exhaust and try to figure out a way to clean it, because that's going to take forever to burn the oil out of it. If it's anything like the Big Wheel 200 that had the oil rings were shot on it, it took almost 3 hours of driving it before it would stop smoking, just because the exhaust was filled with oil. In this case here, of course, when it heats up, it all runs down to the front, which kind of makes for a little bit of a smoke show. So it's not that bad, but it's bad enough that means I actually have to go drive it. So, which isn't that big of a deal. You can see here more on an angle. So I want to get all that burnt off before I do anything with it. Just draining out the oil here. I'm not going to pull off the oil filter yet, because there should technically be nothing in it. I'm just going to dump in some new oil, run it a bit longer, take it for a test drive, then I'll do the oil filter and everything, and drain the oil tank. This time I'm not draining the oil tank. Just going to kind of sit on it, try to get as much out as I can this time. Cap it off, go for a ride, see what happens. It's already covered in dust. Like, look at this. So, sitting in the garage less than a week, and dust everywhere. Sweet. And of course I do plan on painting this rocket cover. I might even buy an aftermarket one. Have to kind of wait and see. One of the bolts for the foot pegs there were snapped off inside, the front one. So I went and bought myself some replacement ones, and picked up some thread bond. It's actually grip lock. Very, very good stuff. I recommend this over any other kind you'll ever find. That's a Parts Canada part number, an actual part number on this. This stuff is amazing. Of course, it does exactly what it's meant to do, holds your grips. And if you take a knife to your grips and cut them off, they actually come off fairly easy. And I have never ever had a pair of grips so far slip with these. So, very, very easy to use. Simple enough. Installing my new grips. And fixing the foot peg, and I'll probably mount the Nerf bars on there at the same time. Other than that, it's pretty much ready to go. So I had it running now for a total of maybe half an hour. Everything seems good. For the valve adjustments, I'm not even sure if I'm going to touch it yet. I'll probably drive it once or twice first. Seems to be great. No funny noises, anything coming from it. The only thing kind of funny is that exhaust cover that the old owner made. Kind of gives it kind of a unique kind of sound. Oh, yummy. Doesn't that look good? A little bit drippy there. Should kind of catch it before it drips on the floor, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to give that a little bit of a spread, let it dry for a minute or so, and then put it on. Oop, dripped. Fail. So the only thing I kind of found that's bad with this stuff is I put on the grip right now, solid right to the end here. If you don't watch it, of course you can glue it to your throttle tube, which in this case here doesn't really matter as long as I don't get it stuck to the outer aluminum of the housing. So of course I want to keep on making sure it springs back. And sometimes I notice they actually slide off. So right now it's right tight against the end. On my RM250, no, maybe it was the YZ250, I actually came back and it was a 1/4 inch off the end of the pipe just from sitting. So, and of course, it's up to you where you want your logo on your grips to be. Now time to put on the other one. And of course, clean off your your handlebars before you put them on. Otherwise, they probably won't last. I even got new levers that I'm going to be putting on because these ones are pretty much getting pretty worn out. So the clutch lever is twice as bad. Well, I'm off to bring this thing for a little bit of a test drive, bringing it an hour outside to out of the city to a buddy's cabin. This might be hard to see on the video here. It is snowing. It was pouring rain all day. I got a whole pile of mud and dog crunch to pull it through. So of course that's going to make it a little bit interesting. I got to remember, note to self, to fill up that tire before I go, otherwise I'm going nowhere with it. And I got to figure out how to load it up in the mud, which shouldn't be hard. Could just take that one, but I'm going to take this one instead. Or should I take that one? That one's going to be easier to load. No, I think I'll take the racer. So it's around 6 o'clock, and today is the 30th. I think it's the 30th today of April, and we got snow. So it's pretty much, you know, the end of the month, and it's snowing like a bastard. So it just stopped raining and started snowing just a few minutes ago. Sweet. Yes, I'm recording you. 100 kilometers away, and it's still snowing. And he's going to unbury his quad for the first time this year and see if we can spark any life in it. So, see what's going to happen. And of course I can test drive this thing finally, even though it's freaking freezing out here. And of course when it's snow means it's cold. And extremely windy, if you can hear that. Look at those trees. I don't feel safe under these trees. Look at the trees, man. Last windstorm, all those trees there fell down. So I'll probably have the same luck this time. Holy crap, it's alive. Well, maybe.
Still don't have, first of all, my keys way up there.
Well, you better go.
Second of all, I remember through winter the battery was pretty well dead.
Pretty much dead. Well, we'll see what's going to happen with this thing. I'll trade you quads.
No.
I want my Polaris Predator back. This quad is so fun. That one, well, I guess we'll have to find out. Before you do that, oh crap. I have to fill up my freaking tire. It's flat. Can't really see now because I'm already filling it up. But this is the freaking sweetest air compressor ever possible. Slime. Doesn't have a model number written on it, but I'm sure you could see it. Kind of nice. Everything folds up. Cord folds up in there. Very compact. They'll fill up an ATV tire in about a minute and a half. Comes with a fairly long cord, so makes it pretty nice. Just thought I'd throw it in the video. Highly recommended. So, thank God I decided to bring it because I kind of figured this tire was going to be flat. Sweet. And of course his are going to be flat. We're actually going to put these two quads side by side and see which one's bigger. Because this one you can see you sit pretty far back on it, and somebody was doing some nice grinding on the back there. That is pretty flat. So I'm sure I'll be doing quite a bit more too. So, and what I want to do today is burn the oil out of that exhaust, because you can see from the old owner when he blew it up, it is just filled with oil. It was dripping oil out of it. That's how bad it is. So I'm going to fill this up, and then I'll get a cold start video. Okay, I'm turning on the gas. Is that on or reserve? That's on. That's off. I'm pretty sure that's in the right position. Turn this. Oh man, it's starting to freeze everything because it was just raining. Throttle's even pretty stiff because of the cold. They'll free up in no time. Oh shit. Uh-oh. I'm gonna break the key, damn it. Yeah, bending the key. Okay. My ignition's frozen solid with all the rain and ice. Have to start the video again in a second. Okay, that problem's fixed, and he's packing up his quad because his key disappeared. Where did your key go?
Worst case scenario, I have a second at home, but someone would have brought it back because they don't usually keep it here, even though I did on purpose last time.
So now I'll let you hold this and see what's going to happen. Choke's off. I'm not going to bother turning it on. It's colder than always. Hopefully my battery's good. Oh! Ah!
Yep, it's a Honda.
Let me give it some choke. I think this is the first time I ever give it choke.
Oh yeah, and the garage is 15 degrees.
Look at that exhaust burning. That is not exhaust from the engine. This is dripping oil out of it. So that's the first startup. You can see how that's all oil from there. Give it 5 minutes and it'll stop and then of course it'll stop. But then that makes it look so horrible, eh? Here the valves need a bit of adjusting. Okay, I'll start the video again once it's warmed up. And there we go. About 2 minutes of running and the smoke stopped. It's in neutral, of course. Well, little tiny bit, but that's just because the exhaust is still full of it. So I'm going to throw on my helmet, go for a little bit of shit kick. I did take it up and around there. Everything seemed to be good. Don't want to rev it up still too much. It's a little bit cold still. I'll get this guy to videotape. Start the camera in just a few minutes. It is freaking cold out. I'm pretty frosty. Quite literally frosted, covered in snow. My buddy's just taking it for a ride there. So he's not very quaddy. Like, he's not the best riding quads. He's taking it slow. We are still kind of breaking it in. So this is just a park behind his house. So it's kind of a boring kind of place. So it goes pretty good. Power wise, it's pretty decent. Easy to pull catwalks with. I don't know what else to say. It's 400cc, 4-stroke. Seems I would rate it decent. So you can see all the broken trees. If I focus maybe better here. You can see underneath all the broken trees. There's piles everywhere, sticks sticking up. It makes it kind of hard to ride in here. So it's kind of hard to see, but I just went for a couple speed runs with it. It gets up there pretty quick. My helmet, well, I guess there's no ice on it. There was a bunch of ice on it at the beginning. So pretty much when he's back, we're just going to head back. So his cabin is just quite literally in there, in the bush, just across the water. So it's easy to get to. So he hates Hondas. This guy here hates Hondas. So let's see what he has to say about it. Hey, it looks like the exhaust is finally burning the oil out of it. Just shut it off, I guess, or if you could get it in neutral. Use the keys. Don't use the key. Use that switch. No. Use that switch. Oh. That one's almost frozen. I don't want to break the key in it. So what do you think of it?
The kill switch only works one direction, by the way.
No, it worked both ways for me. The start button sticks. It needs a few things there, so no oil leaks yet. That's a good thing. So what do you think of it?
Well, I think because it definitely feels like a lighter quad.
Yeah.
Like I think, like next to mine, because yours is lighter, it has what, like 10 kilometers on it.
Well, yeah, but it's still not broken in.
Out of the hole, yours would probably be a little bit quicker, but past, let's say 30, that's when mine starts to get its balls.
But it's still a Honda. Don't forget that. So once I peel off the rest of the stickers, it might be a little bit hidden. If you notice the stickers on this side, but I peeled the ones off this side. So hey, that's some first mud on it. So Adam's going to be crying when he sees this video because he wanted to be the test pilot, but whatever, he couldn't come out, and man, it's pretty shitty out.
Our loss, not his.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Just thought I'd kind of post an update. And those front shocks are freaking awesome. So smooth. What do you think of the front shocks?
Yeah, I remember when I drove your Polaris.
Your peel off is freaking over your face.
I remember when I drove your Polaris, I said your quad drives like a tank on pillows. That is still really, it's the same thing. It's very smooth.
Yeah. So it's nice. Hey, we should go look at the old tanker over there. Holy crap, man. I just started videotaping here, but you should have seen those trees. The wind is that strong. Got quite a bit of snow already. Quite a bit of snow in the back of the truck. So, holy crap. Got a bunch of sidewalk blocks that I left up at the front road during the winter that I got to go pick up. So give me some traction because the roads are probably going to be pretty icy. So, yeah. See a little patch of old snow sitting there, and a couple patches at the very far back there, a little bit there. So, but believe it or not, on Saturday morning, there would have been at least 6 to 8 inches of snow everywhere here. It all just recently melted on Saturday evening, and Sunday it was like plus 20. So yeah, it all melted in just one day. It just all melted. So, but down in the swamp, which is just over that hill there, there doesn't seem to be any water. So that's a good sign. I was expecting to come here, drop off the one quad and see a foot of water everywhere, but it's not that bad. And of course, the sound you're hearing is a train going by at the far wall there, or far road. So, okay, that's the end of this redneck adventure, I guess you could call it, or test adventure. Altogether, the 400 TRX400EX, which is a 2003, we probably put about 20, or I was going to say probably about 20 to 30 minutes of driving on it, maybe even a bit longer. It wasn't a long ride today, just to test it. Everything worked great. I'd probably say 10 kilometers maybe. So maybe even less than that, I have no idea. But it runs, it drives, everything seems to be good, so that's the way it's going to stay. And next week when I come out here on Sunday night, Saturday, Sunday I'm having a grad sale, so it won't be till Sunday night. I'll probably drive it a little bit more out here. Sweet.